We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Robert Hunt, Miami Dolphins right guard, and he should be making his return this Sunday versus the Bills. And I just think that's like such a huge thing for that offensive line because they've been playing down so many people for multiple weeks now, at least missing 3 guys, and specifically on the interior, like at the tackle position, it's been up and down missing people, but they haven't had the full interior for a very large portion of this season. And it feels like if they're down more than 3, like the stats even show for how much the offense struggles every time they go down one more offensive lineman. So just having Hunt back like that will help out a lot. Plus, I think it helps out everyone else. And because Tua's been really masking a lot of the offensive line issues with Tua and McDaniel with the play calling, how they're setting up their pass protection, and how quickly Tua's getting rid of that ball. And it's, kind of made them predictable at times, and they really need some guys that can get out there. Allow Tua to hold on to the ball for plays like this. Hold on, because your first read is not always going to be there, and usually it's just like Tua has to throw the ball right when he hits his back foot, and if it's not there, dump it off into your check down, or even force the ball away. But here he actually gets some time because they're able to slide their protection to the left away from Robert Hunt, leave him isolated. Look at all this space. You could not do this with the other O-linemen. Plus, you bring Hunt back, and to me, you should slide Robert Jones to left guard because I think Jones is the better option out of him and Cotton. I guess they could keep Cotton there, but I think they're going to move Jones to left guard. And actually, it's not the worst O-line combo they're going to have all season long. Having Liam at center, isn't the greatest, but he's played better and better each week at the position, so that's nice. But Hunt, not only just a dominant player, you can have him do this. He's good in pass protection. He is nasty in the running game, as you'll see. But it also just allows Tua to actually feel some comfortability within the pocket. It doesn't feel like he has to get rid of the ball super quick. It's not as a part of the game plan. It always will be, but it allows for plays where, Tua can actually escape the pocket, feel this time. Because this is one of the criticisms that Tua gets a lot, is he's not a creator off script. And I don't think he's the best creator in the NFL, obviously, due to his athleticism. But I think he could definitely do more of this stuff if he had the offensive line to feel that way. He just thinks, I'm going to protect myself from injury. I'm going to, not try to do anything too crazy. I don't, that's how we need to stay ahead of the game by me getting rid of the ball fast. But with a better offensive line, they can do stuff like this. Obviously, Waddle doesn't hang on to it, but they can have more effect on defenses and make them very much more difficult to stop with more offensive line guys. So just having Hunt back like that really helps out a lot. Hunt also really helps out in the running game because he's a beast. Whether it's play side, backside of runs, outside zone, getting to the second level, cutting people off. He's athletic. He's nasty. We'll see him bully some defensive tackles at times. But here, just look at him get skinny. You got to dip your shoulder here. This is the type of thing. Your right tackle is supposed to cut this guy off, but he needs to cut off the linebacker, so he doesn't want to waste time getting hit by this D tackle. So dip your shoulder underneath, get out. This 47 tries to then slip underneath. Look at him use that hand, that length to slow him down, and now get your hips across and completely stonewall that so that linebacker has no chance to make a play. He helps out in every facet, not only giving Tua more time, he's also just one of the better run blocking guards too. And I think with him, Jones and Liam, they're actually because Liam and Jones have shown some decent work as run blockers in their, stunt since the guys have gotten hurt. Cotton has kind of not been too great in either pass protection or run blocking, but having, Hunt in there, Austin Jackson, Teron Armstead, those are all pretty solid run blockers, and I think you can try to rely on that throughout, the Bills game and going into the playoffs. This time, a play side run. Last time he was on the backside, and it's just nice to see this, just quick, reactive athleticism. I love reactive athleticism. Here's this right guard. Last time it was him climbing. This time it's him working the combo and then going to climb. But 52 shoots really fast. Usually, sometimes linebackers, they like to stack and track, read these plays. Sometimes they like to shoot. And look how quickly he's able to see this and get this out of the way. Work the combo. C52 is trying to shoot down into this space right here. Get off of it. And boom, create all that space. Throw him by. Use your length and power to your advantage. Use the torque there. It just helps create a nice little run lane for Mostert, pick up 5 yards. And I feel like Robert Hunt, he's the only type of guard on the team that would make that type of play. A lot to like here from the running game perspective. Yes, he's good in pass pro. He'll be solid. As long as he's healthy, I expect him to come in and be pretty quality in pass protection. You can isolate him. He's not a perfect player by any means, but he's a very quality guard in my opinion. And he just comes out here and we get to see him work a nice little snatch and trap, facing some good D linemen across the board against Washington here, and just use that hands. This guy gets a little overextended, feels the momentum, and he just snatches him to the ground, puts him down. That's a nice little, you hit the the defensive lineman with like a swipe right there, and now you use that momentum against him. Just keeps him all out of the play, and sometimes it even slows down guys from the opposite side of this, and just gives Achane a nice little lane to work with. Pick up 8-9 yards in the play. That's exactly what you want. Running to Robert Hunt, I feel very comfortable when he is in the lineup. He's a good player, and I think after that Connor Williams injury, he is for sure a guy I would like to like priority re-sign, because I think Robert Hunt's a very, very good NFL guard. I know people don't like to hear excuses or whatever, but the Dolphins have been hit hard, very hard with injuries, and for the amount of wins they have, I think that's very impressive. I know people are down on a lot of ways. Love that finish from Robert Hunt working across there, but people have given them, a ton of crap for some of the things they faced this year, and they've barely had an offensive line all season long that's been healthy. That's not a year like that's not like a every team type of thing. Like, they're facing the Bills. The Bills have not had an offensive line starter miss a game all season, which is absolutely insane. And like, Robert Hunt could help change the dynamic of the offense. The offense is still rated very highly in a lot of stats, even though they've been missing so many people, and the defense also missing many people. And for him to reach this guy, first of all, this is a zero technique, a nose tackle, and he's able to get off the line, reach this guy, get his helmet across here, and now this guy's trying to get across him, and he's straining, he's sustaining this, get this across, keep your hands, drive and finish on the back. I love the nastiness he brings, and I just feel like he's that right side of the line. I feel very nice with the run combination of Jackson and Hunt, and I think, with Eichenberg at center, Eichenberg is definitely a better run blocker than pass pro, so I would really think they should commit to it, whether they have Raheem or not. Getting Achane involved, Achane was kind of the last time they put the Bills, Achane was definitely the best threat in that game, so work off the back of him. Try to keep the these drives pretty sustained long. I know they like to score quickly sometimes, but keeping the defense fresh. You don't want to have the Bills on offense on the field just controlling the clock and the tempo of the game. Another example of Robert Hunt in pass protection where they slide to the left, leave him isolated, and that's Christian Barmore, who's a pretty dang good player. He actually got a sack against Robert Hunt in this game, and it might have been his first game back actually from the injury, so he's a little working back into the flow of things, but still nice to see him one-on-one win these reps. I just don't think this is something the Dolphins would be super comfortable doing a ton of with the other guys in. They like to do some play action, but still get the ball out very quickly. They're getting the ball out quickly here, but the guy tries to work to the inside Barmore, and look at that power in that left hand, stopping power here, and then drive him all the way across. That is not easy to do that just with your left hand like this. From when you're in this position, you only have that hand to the inside, and he's not able to create any push into the pocket like that. Very, very impressive play strength from Robert Hunt. Robert Hunt's athleticism, understanding in these situations on these outside zones, I think is very, very underrated. So I like running these plays to his side, or even, when he's on the backside, he can reach too. But reaching a guy who is a slightly outside shade of the right tackle, obviously Jackson does a good job chipping. But for him to get his hat across there, get your hips across in position to work on these, tosses, outside zones, things like that, Robert Hunt is a freak, and I think he helps a lot in the running game. That's why if you go back and look at some of the bigger games the Dolphins' offensive line had earlier on when they were mostly healthy, Robert Hunt was playing absolutely amazing in those games. Obviously, the Dolphins will still do their play action, slow down defensive line, have their guys aggressive set here. Nice one where you have to hold on to the ball a little bit more, get to your second read. Always enjoy when they can do this type of stuff. Feels like they haven't been able to as much just because of how little time the offensive line's given them. And it's, I think, played a big part in the games that they've lost. And he gets out, he aggressive sets on Fletcher Cox, gets engaged, he's squared up, doesn't get too overextended there, wide base, bending at the knees, powerful hands, and now he's just in control, anchoring, doesn't give up too much space there. Look how farther up pushed he is compared to most of the other guys. Love watching Robert Hunt play, and I do think he can help make the difference on the O-line with the other guys. If he comes in, he's pretty fresh and healthy. Hunt really brings bully ball mentality as well, which I think is another big thing. Sometimes you just beat up on some defensive linemen, some linebackers, and these guys start to slow down, get tired, build that running game as the game goes on. I feel like Hunt is that type of guy. This is against Jalen Carter. He's able to reach across, get in a good positioning here. This is good blocking technique, and now drive them into other guys, take them all out of the play. They're falling over. The linebacker goes to the ground because they ran into it, and he's just getting physical at the point of attack, and these guys have no chance to get out to the edge, and Moster's able to pick up like a 20-yard gain. Power, nastiness, like I'm saying, the torque, get involved, get this guy to the ground, use that upper and lower body, in combination here too. Like he's straight up. This is a two technique straight up on the right guard. He gets engaged. Looks like they're gonna base block straight down, and he just gets that right hand in that armpit area. You can see him use the torque, extend with that right arm, get that guy to the ground. It just creates all these open lanes for running back. So much more space is created when Robert Hunt was on the field at the right guard position. Really don't know if there's any explanation needed on this play. Just look at Robert Hunt when he gets engaged right there. Look how much power, the pop in his hands he creates. He moves him just barely. He doesn't even really get engaged. He gets the hands on, boom, full extend left with that left arm, left hand. Good placement. He's got like high hand, low hand, torques him out, literally tosses him all the way to the hash, like insane. He tosses him to Austin Jackson here. Tosses him to Austin Jackson and then blocks the guy Austin Jackson was blocking. They only gained 2 yards because I was blocked up in the interior, but that's an absolutely ridiculous play from Robert Hunt. Last play of the breakdown, basically like one of the first plays I showed with him, getting up to that second level. This time the guy gets across his face instead of him crossing him up, and like this is what, the effectivity he can still have. This guy's an athletic linebacker. He's able to get out into the space. He's got, with the motion there, gets a little better natural leverage advantage, so he's able to get out there. Hunt still shoots upfield. He tries to get across, but he's so scared to engage with Hunt, he just completely washes him out of the play and then gives that free cutback lane for Raheem. So really have enjoyed watching Robert Hunt play again. It's been a while since he's been in the lineup. Even when he had the injury, he came back for like a game and a half and then, re-injured. So nice to see him back out there. He's very important, I think, to this offensive line. They all are, really, every single guy that's gotten hurt. But I think Hunt, out of the interior guys, probably after Connor Williams, definitely him and Williams are probably around equal importance. So having at least one of them back for this, last stretch of games is nice. So if you guys enjoyed the video, check out, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Peace.